Hello and welcome to the program. This edition of Newsroom series covering Nigeria's Northeast. I am Bukola Koka, and we begin in Gombe State, where the Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes, ACRESAL, says it is subjecting itself to an independent third-party scrutiny aimed at measuring the impact of its projects in various parts of the state. 210 individuals would serve as private third eye from 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory. These inspectors are trained and equipped with high-precision tech tools to carry out independent and credible assessment of the projects with empirical, factual, and reliable data.
210 enumerators from 19 northern states plus the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, are being trained and equipped with tech tools ahead of their deployment to measure the impact of ACRESAL projects across benefiting communities. The evaluation is an acid test on Gombe State's model status for ACRESAL implementing states in terms of fostering climate resilience, sustainable agricultural practices, and livelihood supports for persons living around Gali corridors. After receiving $27.5 million from the $700 million pool for ACRESAL implementing states, the Gombe State Project Coordinator says over 1.6 million persons have witnessed an economic turnaround, with several communities saved from life-threatening gullies.
If I'm to assess the number of people we have reached and about to reach in terms of the implementation, overall in terms of beneficiaries of the project, we are talking about over 900,000. If I narrow it to the two projects, the mega project at hand, that is the FCET Gully Erosion Control Works, which we have about 1.6 million people combined of the direct and indirect beneficiaries.
Officials say Gombe State government is not afraid of the third-party assessment because of Governor Inoue Yahaya's due diligence in ensuring taking the project to the erstwhile neglected communities in the state.
I'm 100% confident because of what is on ground. You can see all the interventions by ACRESAL were effectively implemented when it comes to the gully erosion controls. We have gone round, myself, His Excellency, the Federal Minister of Works, and also the World Bank Country Director when he came, and he was very impressed with what he saw.
Enumerators have been trained to carry out this evaluation thoroughly.
They already have tools. The World Bank has provided, with the support of Gombe, has provided most of them with the necessary tools, talking about taps and other equipment. And as we are talking, they already have the software for the enumeration already installed in their individual taps.
To monitor it, we are using technology like NDVI. Human monitoring is not going to be possible. Since it involves thousands of hectares, almost 1 million hectares we want to restore. This is our ambition, to restore over 1 million hectares.
At the end of this project, we will be able to tell how far that we were able to touch the lives of all communities that we intervened, and we're able to assess the impact on their lives and the beneficiaries and how their lives has changed before ACRESAL and after ACRESAL.
Gombe State believes that subjecting itself to an independent evaluation will lend further credibility to its status, showing just how much ACRESAL projects have turned communities on the verge of collapse to vibrant places now full of life.
Some succor has come the way of the Adamawa State Specialist Hospital in Yola and the State Command of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, with the donation to the institutions medical and rehabilitation equipment worth 200 million naira by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The intervention is aimed at addressing rising cases of drug abuse as part of a broader regional effort to combat drug abuse and improve victim reintegration.
Officials of the Adamawa State Ministry of Health and that of the NDLEA Adamawa Command are here at the Adamawa State Ministry of Health to receive the medical and rehabilitation equipment donated by ECOWAS. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Pharmacist Zira Matthias, receives the equipment in company of the Commander, NDLEA Adamawa Command, Aliyu Abubakar, and the Managing Director, Specialist Hospital Yola, Dr. Dauda Wadenga. The head of ECOWAS Drug Prevention and Control Division, Abuja, Dr. Daniel Amakwa, explains the reason for the intervention.
Specifically, ECOWAS has provided over $200 million equipment to support two centers here in Adamawa. The first center, the State Specialist Center, and then we have the NDLEA Drug Treatment Center. So these items that you see behind me are provided by the ECOWAS Commission to support drug treatment and rehabilitation in the state.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary, Ministry for Health and Human Services, Zira Matthias, says the Adamawa government has already established a committee on drug abuse in collaboration with relevant stakeholders.
Those items that are donated will be able to make the treatment center conducive for those people that are being rehabilitated, so to have a great impact in the state.
The officials thank ECOWAS for the donation, as it will improve rehabilitation and counseling, especially for the youth.
The problem is not even getting involved, but treatment. Treatment of drug addiction is very difficult and expensive, because even the time for rehabilitation is very long. So even if you treat them, if they go back to the same community that's supplying them drugs, it still becomes a problem. So all stakes must be involved. The media must be involved to highlight to people that dangers of drugs is very bad. It affects the health, the performance of child in school, and it makes somebody irresponsible. We have been appealing to all critical stakeholders to assist us in making sure the facility is at least a little bit comfortable for our clients and victims of drug. Thank God, like I said, the ECOWAS have done the best that we have been expecting, and to God be the glory, we have received very, very useful equipment that can assist us in making sure our clients are very comfortable.
The items include drugs, hospital beds, and standing fans, among other items.
And now to some politics. The newly appointed acting secretary to the government of Yobe State, Dr. Mohammed Goje, has described the recent endorsement of Baba Malam Wali as the APC consensus candidate as a clear demonstration of unity in the party. Dr. Goje disclosed this at an endorsement program of the consensus governorship candidate and the incumbent Governor Mai Mala Buni as senatorial candidate by the Forum of Focal Persons and Project Coordinators to the governor in Damaturu, the state capital. These focal persons and project coordinators in Yobe State are not here to inspect projects, but to endorse Governor Mai Mala Buni for the Yobe East senatorial seat and the immediate past secretary to the Yobe State government as the Yobe APC governorship candidate in 2027. According to the forum, both of them have performed exceedingly well in the development of Yobe State, stabilizing communities and promoting peaceful coexistence under the All Progressives Congress.
His exceptional record of service and deep understanding of governance led to his appointment in 2015 as secretary to the Yobe State government by the former governor of Yobe State, His Excellency Ibrahim Gaidam. Recognizing his competence, institutional memory, and stabilizing role in governance, His Excellency Governor Mai Mala Buni, CON, retained him in 2019 and subsequently reconfirmed him as a substantive secretary to the state government in 2023. His continuous service across administration has made him one of the longest serving and most experienced secretary to the state government in Yobe State history.
This endorsement carries weight and credibility because it comes from a forum made of a set of best of experienced professionals, technocrats, administrators, intellectual and grassroots mobilizers who understand governance and development realities. In furtherance, of continuity, stability, consolidation of achievement of the present administration, we are also proud to formally endorse Alhaji Baba Malam Wali MNI as the APC consensus gubernatorial candidate for the 2027 succession process. Our endorsement is based on his proven administrative competence, integrity, loyalty, consistency, grassroots connection, and deep understanding of governance.
The acting secretary to the Yobe state government says the endorsement of the governor to represent Yobe East Senatorial District and Baba Malam Wali as the consensus candidate for the governorship seat speaks volumes about the unity in the party.
Today's endorsement is a demonstration of unity, continuity, and trusted leadership in sustaining the developmental gains achieved over the years under the APC-led administration in Yobe State. As we look towards the future, we must remain focused on protecting the unity of our party and APC, strengthening our institutions, empowering our youth, expanding opportunities for our people, and sustaining the culture of peace and development that Yobe State is known for today.
In a related development, women of the All Progressives Congress also endorsed both aspirants. Women of Yobe State will continue to display loyalty to our leaders and comply with what they ask us to do. We will go to all nooks and crannies of the state to mobilize women ahead of 2027. As political activities gather momentum ahead of 2027, these supporters are confident that the APC will emerge victorious in all elective positions. A political pressure group identified as the First Yobe State Movement has accused the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in the state, Mr. Mohammed Gadaka, of being biased in the party's affairs and has therefore called for his resignation. At a press briefing in Damaturu, the state capital, president of the group told journalists that the chairman, alongside other stakeholders, anointed a particular aspirant, knowing full well that others have purchased forms and are ready to participate in the governorship primary election. The group further said no individual is bigger than the party. Therefore, the chairman should allow a level playing field for all aspirants or resign from his position.
The office of the state chairman requires strict neutrality to serve as an unbiased umpire in the upcoming party primaries and all other electoral process for leadership selection. By openly identifying with a particular aspirant, especially with the full knowledge that other aspirants had purchased their forms and it has agreed there should be a free and fair direct primaries election. Restore trust, ensure a level playing field for all aspirants, and uphold a democratic principles enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution, Electoral Act 2026, APC Constitution, and all extant legislation. We hereby call on you to either resign your position as Yobe State APC chairman or rescue yourself from all party activities with immediate effect. The party must demonstrate that no individual is bigger than its rules and that internal democracy remains sacrosanct. Your voluntary resignation will help the escalate tension and ensure all aspirants and members that the primaries will be transparent, free, fair, and credible.
And there's more politics ahead. A coalition of Borno South All Progressives Congress youth groups endorses Mustafa Gobio for the Borno governorship seat and Senator Ali Ndume for the senatorial South seat in Borno State. That's after the break. Join us again. Welcome back. A coalition of Borno South APC youth groups has endorsed Mustafa Gobio for the Borno State governorship contest and Senator Ali Ndume to continue representing Borno South. And this comes ahead of the 2027 general elections. Chairman of the coalition, Mr. Mohammed Nasir, who led the members of the group, drawn from 9 local government areas of the constituency, revealed that the move is aimed at consolidating the achievement of Professor Babagana Zulum, who is the incumbent in Borno. Mr. Nasir described the duo as a tested team for Borno's post-insurgency recovery, adding that the coalition would mobilize grassroots support for their victory at the 2027 polls.
We gather here not mere to endorse candidates, but to affirm our commitment to unity, responsible participation, and deepening of democracy in Borno State. Borno South desire continuity of prosperous leadership, accessible representation, and leaders with proven capacity. It is on this strength of this consultation that the coalition of Borno South APC Youth Group proudly and unanimously align with Borno State APC stakeholders and Borno South APC stakeholders.
I stand before you today not only as a woman leader of this coalition, but as a voice for the women, children, and youth of Borno State, whose hopes, struggles, and aspirations must remain at the center of our political decisions. Our communities have endured difficult years in times of insecurity, displacement, and rebuilding. It has been the women who held families together, and the youth who refused to give up on the future, and the children who continue to dream despite the challenges around them. Today, we speak for them. After extensive consultation at the grassroots with women groups, youth associations, and community stakeholders across our local governments, we are convinced that the leadership choice we make today must reflect the needs of this vulnerable and important segment of our society. This is why we, as a coalition, proudly stand to endorse His Excellency, Engineer Mustafa Gobio, for the office of Governor of Borno State.
A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party in Taraba State is urging the party and stakeholders in the central zone to give youths more opportunities to change the narrative in terms of development and leadership. According to him, with the Supreme Court ruling, the PDP has no faction at the moment. He insists that if given the opportunity, he will turn around the fortunes of Taraba Central Zone in terms of infrastructure development, empowerment, and other job opportunities. He was speaking on the backdrop of the Supreme Court ruling of the PDP factions at the national level.
I have been following the antecedent of politics in my state, where I come from, which is Taraba State. And I've been preparing, not today. This is my first time to contest, but I'm an old politician that is following their steps. And I've consulted all of them. This is what I want to do as a youth. And the youth are clamoring that this time is the time for youth. And I believe, not only Haruna Manu, we have a lot of them that occupy that position. They will give us the opportunity to play our parts, to get more experience. And I can assure you, we are well prepared. We are well prepared. We will do differently. We have mapped out on how to change the narratives automatically. So it's not about party, it's about the people of Taraba Central.
Away from politics now, and amid the continuing economic hardship occasioned by the Middle East crisis and subsequent rise in the pump price of petroleum products, the chairman of the Taraba State Palliatives Committee is leading the empowerment of 500 vulnerable women and 100 vulnerable men. 500 women are getting 20,000 naira each, while 100 men will be getting 100,000 naira each to alleviate their suffering and provide a buffer for their respective businesses.
the aim and fundamentality of doing that is to bring succor to the citizen looking at the hardship we face. The support and as well to echo our support for re-election, or rather solicit for the support of Tarabians and Jalingo people in particular for re-election of His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas as the governor of Taraba State.
Beyond the empowerment, stakeholders at the event say the current administration of Governor Abu Kefas deserves continuity, as they can now sleep with their 2 eyes closed, enroll their children in public primary and secondary schools free of charge, while tuition fees at tertiary institutions are now slashed by half.
Kefas have tried his best, when it comes to insecurity, because if there is no peace in the state, you can't even see people here. You can't even see people in the hall. Nobody can even come for the program. But he has put in his best. I could remember during the last dispensation, people cannot even go to their farmlands, cannot go to farm. But now people can go to their farms, people can go to market. There was no market, people are not going to market. But now people can go to market, come to farm, go to church, and everything is going on fine in the state. And compared to other states like Zamfara State.
And the governor of Bauchi State, Mr. Bala Mohammed, has begun another phase of traditional institution expansion with a proposal to appoint new village heads across the state's 20 emirates. The move follows the creation of 13 new emirates and the appointment of more than 200 district heads last year. Speaking during a meeting with stakeholders, the governor assures that the process would be transparent and democratic. He, however, stressed that only individuals with proven integrity and good character should be considered for the positions.
I have given room for the emirates to bring their proposals and for the institution under the Secretariat of the government, that is the Local Government Service Commission, to look at the proposals and to also discuss with stakeholders, not less than 10 in each local government, that represents various interests, not necessarily political, so that at the end of the day, we will find consensus. This is a very difficult exercise. I know some nerves have been stressed. I know some angers have been expressed, but certainly, as usual with us in Bauchi, we have developed very deep democratic instincts and democratic practice, that even in this exercise that I have sole discretion, I have ceded my powers to the people who brought me here by the grace of Allah. That is all of you. And that's why we are here. Discretion is a value, but when it is over-exercised, it can cause a lot of problems.
And that's it on Newsroom Series, this edition that has brought you stories from Nigeria's Northeast. We'll be back again, same time next week. Thank you for watching. I'm Bukola Koka. Bye for now.